Hey everybody, I am Dr. Andrews. I am your professor for our Math 1332 online course, Summer 1, 2019. I wanted to do a video just so you could get a face to go with all the other videos that you'll be watching that are just me clicking around and drawing, so at least you can have an idea of who's talking to you. And I want to walk you through several things that can be very confusing, and I want you to start off on the best foot that you can. We're going to be moving very quickly over our 5.5 weeks together. So the first thing I want you to look at would be your D2L. You're going to need to go into D2L. You see that I have a welcome comment for you here, and then I have an attachment. On the attachment, you click it, it drops down to the bottom, you click it, and it opens up. And the order that I'm doing this video might be the order that you do some of the steps that I'm about to show you. You can always start and stop this video as many times as you want, but you want to do these things accurately to avoid some confusion and frustration later down the road. So this piece of paper that you see has directions on how to get into your online support program. That's also where I'm going to post a lot of documents. It's going to be our hub. And so this shows you step by step. And literally, you just look at step number 1, you do step number 1. You look at step number 2, you do step number 2. The comment I'll make here is if you have a Mymathlab account with another class, like a science class or a former math class, do go back and try to get that username and password to log in from there, if at all possible. If not, you can always start all over. But notice it's going to be step 3, step 4, here's my code, the Andrews, and then step 5, it does talk about if you already have a Pearson account. And then the access. I want to point out on number 6, this very last bullet, because on the screen when you get to that in Mymathlab, this is going to kind of be hidden. And so you need to know that everybody could start this tonight. It's 2 weeks free. And then you'll be deciding, am I going to go ahead and buy the book and the code, or am I going to buy the code through Mymathlab? I'm going to push you to get the book and the code. I'm a very firm believer on being able to touch everything that we're doing. You can use your computer, and I don't want to drag out this video too long, so there are a whole lot of things I want to tell you. The biggest thing I want to say right now is you can start this program right now. It has a free two-week access, and then it tells you what to do to go to your courses, and then what it looks like, which one it is. And then later, when you come back to pay or to put in a code, it's going to show you here to sign in later what you do to upgrade from this temporary 2-week to full. And so that's where I want to take you next. Again, this is just a quick overview, so that you can see some stuff. I can show it to you instead of trying to describe it through email or just verbally. So I've gone into our Mymathlab class. And this is, like I said, it's the hub. It's where everything is going to be happening. So I'm going to go to the main menu. And what you're going to be seeing for the most part is my view, but I'm going to click on View Student Home. Not something you have to do, but something I have to do. I want to point out right here at the top where it says announcements. That's where you need to, one of the places you need to focus a lot of attention. So I have posted 2 announcements already. I want to point out more. When I click on more, that's the one you need to go to first, is the welcome. I talked to you about watch this video on Mymathlab before you even start doing your homework. I talk about the syllabus. And the thing I want to point about on 1 and 2, I made these fall of 2018. So when you see I'm working on fall of 2018 syllabus, use your syllabus. So I need to show you where to get that. The thing that I will point out on the week 1 assignments is there are a lot. We are basically doing 3 weeks of work in 1 week. In a regular semester, 3 weeks of work. There are many items here. My huge suggestion to you is that you print this page and use it as a cross-off list to document. I'm eating the elephant 1 bite at a time. But I wanted to show you where these are. I'm going to shrink those, and then I'm going to point out right here where it says what to work on next. Your homework is already all open for week 1. You can look at various and sundry places. I would suggest that you look right here on what to work on next. You see that it's due June 7th, but click on View All Assignments. Then that starts to tell you everything that you have due. Our due date is going to be every Friday, almost midnight, 11:59. And the things that I will also tell you, I should look at my notes before I skip stuff. Let me see if I can go through it on your side. I can't go to this on your side. So I'm going to go back on my side of the course, and I want to show you, well, I went way back. So again, we're Math 1332. Not sure what all it'll let me pull up on my side. I'm going to try to show you this piece here, that when you do have assignments, I want you all to note, and don't do what I'm doing because you'll be able to go straight to it. But what I do want you to see is that on all of our assignments, the side over here that says question help, you need to do all the work and you're the one that has to do all the learning, but you need to maximize your resources. Part of the resources are our Tutoring Center. I will show you where I have that schedule posted. You can always go online and Google Lone Star College Kingwood or Lone Star College System tutoring services. You've got the Tutoring Center. You've already paid for that when you paid for the class. I would go there every day. My office hours, I'm going to show you where those are in the syllabus. I would go to those every day. Ask my instructor. That's the one I want to show you. So under question help me solve this, view an example, are wonderful tools. I cannot tell you how much my students mention these as being helpful. The other one, once you have tried help me solve this and view an example, you go down to ask my instructor, and it will send this specific problem directly to me. Students do various things. Some students just say help. I do better when they say a little bit more than that. You can say my answer is, but they say it is. Give me something to go on, because then I'll print this wherever I am. I write on it, take a picture, and I send it back to you. This is a huge resource. And then also, we're going to be meeting each other. And so by meeting each other, you can also lean in on each other to text each other and call or say, I'm having trouble with 1D question 4. What did you do? You want to work smarter because you're already going to be working hard. You want to work smarter. So while we're here, I want to show you where I was under, here we are on the main menu. You need to go down and learn that there is a place called Course Tools. Course Tools will have a lot happening, specifically document sharing. And many times I'll say, I uploaded such and such on document sharing. Here's what I'm saying. Like right now, your syllabus is at the bottom of the list because I uploaded it first. There's a data recording sheet you're going to need for lesson 1A. There's a student information sheet that I mention in your long list of assignments. I mentioned fill out the student information sheet and email that to me. That's what I'm talking about. One of the lessons will talk about successful students. It's right here. The page that I'll be talking about is right here. So again, we went under Course Tools and then Document Sharing. So right now I've talked to you about going to D2L, getting registered with Mymathlab, and in Mymathlab I'm going to find document sharing and the syllabus. So let me go ahead and open up part of the syllabus, and I just want to point out a few things because I do have a video that tells you a whole lot more. And I've opened up the wrong syllabus. This is not you guys. I'm going to hit pause and I'll be right back. If I can find pause. So I'm back. Here is your syllabus and calendar. It starts with a calendar, and again, I would print all of this to be able to cross-check me that I'm telling you you're doing the right information, and then for you to see what you have to manage your time. And oh, I wanted to comment about that. In my opinion, you've got to replicate that we're in class. So in my opinion, when I ask you to watch a video for a lesson, like right here, you see lessons 1A, 1B, 1C. So today or tomorrow, Monday, I would spend 2 hours watching these videos, and I would also spend 2 hours doing this homework. And then Tuesday or later that afternoon, I would spend 2 hours watching the videos and at least 2 hours doing the homework to start blocking off the time and definitely not waiting until Friday to start working on these. I showed you the document sharing. I showed you where the documents are that I'm going to need you to work on, and those will be explained in the assignments page. Again, the assignments page is, I'll go ahead and go right here. If I go back to main menu, I have to work harder to get to it, but on your page, it's right here. When you see the announcements, click on the announcements. You can click on all, you can click on more, but I would start right here at the one that says welcome. So I would definitely look at those. I've talked to you about getting help. And the other thing I wanted to show back at the syllabus. So looking at the syllabus, again, I would print it all. I believe I've got 2 or 3 pages of calendar. They give you the deadlines. They tell you what's coming up. We've got a test coming up Monday. But with you being online, I've got to give you a window. And I'm still verifying with the Tutoring Center or Testing Center when they're open. What I need you to do right now is to decide where you're taking the test. The easiest thing is for you to take a test at any Lone Star College system campus or center, and you don't need to do anything. I'll just send it out to all of them. You show up either at North Harris or Victory Center or Sci-Fair. They'll have your name and you're good to go. If you're going to do something different than that, it's going to take a little bit of paperwork. And so by this Wednesday, June 3rd or 5th, I need to know where you're testing, specifically if you're not testing at one of our centers. And you can go ahead and email me where you're going to test, like I'm going to test at Lone Star Sci-Fair or Lone Star at Kingwood. Again, the Lone Star system, easy peasy. You walk up with your ID, they hand you a test. If you take the test, you give it back to them. If you're doing anything other than that, I need you to let me know where you're trying to take the test, and there will be some forms that wherever that is, they'll need to fill out. And the thing you need to know is that if you take it not on one of our campuses, probably they'll charge you $25, maybe $35 per test. So let me know that by email by this Wednesday. So we're looking here at the calendar, scrolling down. I would put this all in your personal calendar, let your family know, and then here starts our syllabus. You see a lot of information here. You see my email address, you see an office hour. I have an 8 to 10 class on campus, and I'm going to have an office hour right after that for them and for you. But notice it also says you've got to ask my instructor in Mymathlab. Just showed you that. Or you can do an appointment and you can say, hey, I need to really see you today, Monday at 4, or I need to see you on Wednesdays at. It is all going to be on your shoulders to contact me and to let me know what it is you're needing, and then for us to work through that. Lots of information going on in this syllabus, like how you're going to get a test grade or how you're going to get a grade for the class. But again, this is gone over in the syllabus video that's in the welcome announcement. The thing I do want to point out is before you do any homework, inside of Mymathlab, there is a browser check and how to submit answers. You should do those first. Let me go ahead and show you where those are. Here's the home page of Mymathlab, and if you scroll down right here under Welcome to Mymathlab, it says Browser Check, How to Enter Answers. You need to only do these once unless you change computers periodically. Like if you're going to do homework on a different computer, run the browser check again. You will save yourself and me a lot of frustration if you do these before you even think about starting the homework. So it needs to happen pretty fast. I talked to you about keeping a notebook. I talked to you about tutoring. I have links. I have attendance, logging in, dropping, all of this kind of stuff. One last thing I want to point out on here involves Americans with Disabilities Statement. If you have modifications or accommodations, I need to know those, and I put here on the second day of class. I need to know by Tuesday, by midnight at Tuesday. If you have accommodations, just a simple email and then we can work out the details on that. But I need to know to make sure I'm taking care of that on the first test. A lot of stuff going on, but the final note says, Anything you do, including math, you can succeed, but you got to work at it, and you've got to put the time in it, and you got to study smart, and you got to study efficiently. And those are some things I've already gone over, but I can keep reiterating those. So I'm looking at my notes. It looks like I've covered everything I wanted to tell you. And I'm going to send you this video through email and iStar, or the Lone Star account. So this is what I look like. And the big parts that I've highlighted here, you really need to consider printing multiple things that I've mentioned, many of the things I've mentioned. And bottom line, have a great semester. I want you all to take this class and be done with it in 5.5 weeks. For many of you, this will be your last math class ever. So give it all you've got, and I look forward to working with you this semester.